I got the Simplex, and I got the Deus and the ORX. And I got some mid conductors here, some jewelry, a ring, some can slaw, some foil, a button, bottle cap, and half a pull tab. And I'll show you the power of the Deus, the power of full tones. Not the power of the Deus itself, but the power of having many hundreds of tones. And I'll test it on the Simplex here first, right? The Simplex is a 3-tone machine. You got your iron tone, your mid tone, your high tone. So it's basically a 2-tone machine. So is the ORX, right? And the Simplex is a deep seeking machine. You can go shallow and you can go deep, even with full gain, right? A lot of times you can't run full gain with the Simplex because it just gets a lot of EMI. But I'll show you the difference between a 2-tone machine and a many tone machine, right? Can slaw, right? If you're finding yourself digging up a lot of foil, you know, and a lot of can slaw, I dig up a lot of can slaw and foil also. The reason why I dig up those pieces of can slaw and that foil is because it could be masking some targets in certain places, right? If you know there's some deeper coins in a certain area and there's a lot of foil, you pretty much got to dig the foil out, right? Some of the foil to get to the deeper targets. And so this is can slaw here. Some jewelry right here, see? Same tone. The can slaw and that jewelry was giving the same tone. Here's a small little piece of jewelry right here. See? Little piece of jewelry right there. Same mid-tone, right? Sounds just like the foil and can slaw. Here's a little bit of foil right here. Same tone, right? Nice little beautiful little 2-hole button right here. It's giving the same tone, right? Here's a ring right here I just found yesterday in a tot lot. Give me the same tone, right? Here's some foil. Really thin foil wadded up. Right? Here's a small little teeny piece of foil right here, right? Here's a big piece of can slaw. Here's another piece of watered up foil. Same tone. Half a pull tab. Same tone. Now I'll sweep this bottle cap over here, over at watch. Swing it fast, right? You can hear that grunt on it, right? Let that truck go by here. Grunt. I'll turn the volume up here so you guys can hear it, right? The Simplex can reject these bottle caps. Just swing over fast, right? All right. When you get over a bottle cap, you're gonna get an awesome tone on it, right? In part 1, you're gonna get an awesome tone, and part 2. But in part 2, I'll put in part 2 here. All right, give me a high tone here. Right, I'll just stick in part 1 here. And when you back out of your coil, when you back out of the target there, you'll get that grunt, right? But if you just swing over your targets faster, you can reject those iron targets, right? That are fooling you, right? But when you're backing out of your target, you're spending a lot of time backing out of your targets there to see if it's iron or not. And on the lower conductors, you're having to look at your screen a lot, right? If you have a 3-tone machine, you're having to look at your screen a lot because you don't really want to dig out these small little bits of foil, right? They're totally annoying, right? All these little bits of foil, but they could be masking targets there, right? Now I'll go over the ORX here. That's the Deus. I'll try the ORX here. Another 3-tone machine here, right? Coin fast. Just stock hot program, right? HF foil here, right? There's jewelry right here, right? It's right on a tone break, so it's going to give me a high tone and a mid tone, really scratchy, raunchy, broken, nasty tone, right? Piece of jewelry there, right? Go with this ring here too. When I first started using the ORX, I was digging up so much, actually pretty much the whole time I was using the ORX, I was digging up so much foil and having to look at my screen just so much. I was spending more time digging out junk than I was actually digging out coins and jewelry, because I was spending so much time looking at my screen and digging up that junk that I wasn't able to get to the better targets, right? Slows you down a lot if you have a 3-tone machine. But once that Note to Legend comes out, if you have a Simplex right now and you get a Note to Legend, you will understand the power of multiple tones. Just having a 3-tone machine, it slows you down a lot because you're having to look at your machine a lot, right? Is it foil? Is it can slaw? Is it a ring, right? Which one is it, right? Here's some foil here. Same tone, right? Small little piece of jewelry. Right? Here's this button right here. Beautiful button. Another little bit of foil here. Right? They're all giving me the same tone. So I'm having to look at my machine, look at my numbers, seeing if I want to dig it out or not. And same tone. Even though it's not a very good tone, that is a pretty small piece of foil there. But once you get over it, once you get over a target like this, right? It's a mid-tone, so you're going to have to be looking at your machine. Overload, right? Big piece of foil there. Here's another piece of foil here. All right. There's a can slaw here, or this half pull tab. Now for the bottle cap, right? With the ORX, I had to back out of my targets when I get over a bottle cap, right? Those bottle caps really fuel you at the ORX, so you have to back out of your target there, and then you'll know that it's a bottle cap, right? They're not quite as evident with the ORX, Even if you swing over it fast, you're still not getting that iron tone, right? I have to back out of my coil there, so it's taking me even longer to dig my target out, right? With the Deus, I can put it in Deus Fast program, which is exactly the same program as the ORX. Pretty much the same program, right? But with the Deus, you have a lot more adjustments on those. You can adjust your tone breaks, your tone pitches, and your recovery speed. You can go faster with your recovery speed. You can lift your iron volume up, because the ORX only has on or off volume, on or off iron. So you're kind of screwed there, right? With the Deus Fast program, or with the Deus, you can adjust your iron volume level. So I'll just turn it on. And this is how I can just swing fast and just reject all that junk in the ground, right? That's why I'm getting so much more jewelry and so many more coins with the Deus, because of the hot program, the full tones. It's like not having any tone breaks, so you don't get any of those broken high tone, mid tone, raunchy tones on it, right? And I don't look at my screen on the Deus. Pretty much with the ORX and the Simplex, you have to look at your screen so you can reject some of those foily targets, right? With with the Deus, listen to the tones here on this jewelry, right? Watch. Nice and crisp, right? Here's that ring. Nice crisp tone, right? I know it's a higher conductor, right? Here's a cancel out right here. Listen. It's giving me a lot of tones for that. Right? Overload on some cancel out, right? Here's a little bit of foil right here, watch. Listen. A low tone, right? So I just skip all this stuff. Just skip it all up and get to the coins and the jewelry, right? The high tones, right? Here's that button. Listen to this. Nice crisp high tone. I know it's round, right? Here's that small little bit of jewelry. Nice crisp tone. Here's that little bit of foil, right? And this is just a stock hot program, right? Junk, super small piece of foil, right? Let's see here. Another bit of foil here. This is actually some cancel here. Low tone, right? It's junk. Now here's this big piece of cancel here. See how many tones it's giving me? It's giving me a lot of just crunchy tones, right? It's an overload on foil, right? Here's another little bit of foil here. I just sweep over all this foily targets and I just bypass them, right? I'll come back to them later on if I start finding some deeper coins. I'll come back to those targets there. Here's some more foil right here, right? All those on the ORX and the Simplex, all these targets were sounding the same, pretty much the same. You know, you can tell the smaller piece of foil, but it's a low tone, right? I just skip this stuff up, right? Most of the time I'll skip it up and get to the better targets first. Get all the coins and jewelry out first. I dig all the pull tabs up, right? Now here's the bottle cap. Here's the kicker, right? The Deus and full tones will reject this when I swing over it fast. Watch, listen. See? If I go over it really narrow, I'm still getting the iron tone on it, right? Listen to it when I swing over it fast. It's junk, right? I can swing over all these bottle caps and reject them if I really want to, but I pretty much dig most of the bottle caps up. I will dig all those bottle caps up because if you're in an area that has a lot of this foil and a lot of pull tabs and a lot of bottle caps, you're probably going to find some of this jewelry around there, right? But I want to skip all these junky targets up, right? And with the three-tone machines, see, listen to this bottle cap, right? Listen. Junk, man. We'll actually put it in three-tone here. I'll go to three-tone Deus Fast program. And it's actually just a two-tone program. Listen to EMI already, see? This little piece of foil. I'm not even hitting it because I'm getting that EMI in the background, right? Here's another small piece of foil. You really have to be listening close in three-tone, right? That one's coming out pretty quick, but it's all give me this. All this stuff is gonna be the same tone, right? This, just like the ORX, doing the same thing as the ORX. This ring is giving me a broken, raunchy tone. Mid-tone, right? This small little piece of jewelry here. Watch this. It's a good way to get rid of EMI, or to get through the EMI, is to have more tones, right? So if you're getting EMI, it's going to give you one of those two tones that you have, right? On the ORX and the Simplex. You know, since it's a two-tone, basically a two-tone machine, you know, you got one iron tone. but that EMI is going to give you probably a mid-tone or a high tone. And if you have that EMI blasting in your background, in the background there, you have to dial it back a little bit. And that means you're going to go a little bit, you're not going to go near as deep. But when you have full tones, that EMI has much less of an impact, because it won't impact your tones, right? It won't impact your target tones, right? And with this new Note to Legend coming out, I'm thinking that it's going to be doing really good in the EMI because you have more tones, right? It's all about having more tones. I don't look at my numbers with my Deus, right? I have my Deus usually tucked underneath my shirt there. And I can get through that EMI a lot better because I have the hundreds of tones, right? And usually that EMI is going to be really chattery in the background, and I can always adjust my frequency too, and the Note to Legend, you'll be able to adjust your frequency too. So you have more frequency offsets and more choices of different frequencies. With the multi-frequency, I'm not really sure how it's going to go with that, but if you have a two-tone machine and you're struggling in the foil, join the crowd. I struggled with the ORX and I struggle with the Simplex, digging up a lot of foil and a lot of junk. But really, you have to dig the junk out to get deeper anyway. So, I'll eventually come back around and dig those foily targets out that I was rejecting with my Deus by ear in full tones. But, when you first get to a site, you really want to get the jewelry and the goodies, the higher conductors or the good sounding targets out first. But if you have a three-tone machine, you're really having to look at your machine and you're spending a lot. It's amazing how much time you spend looking at your machine. Say, should I dig it? Should I dig it? Should I didn't? Should I not? Should I not? With the Deus, I just sweep over all that junk and get to the good stuff. And that way I can get more good stuff out faster, right? And then come back and dig out those junky tones and see if there's going to be some deeper coins there. Well, thank you for watching. You guys have a very happy Thanksgiving and I guess Christmas and whatnot, holidays. I'm here, I'm gonna head out here in a few minutes, go over to Jim's house and go eat some dinner. Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.